Welcome to This Place. Each week, we hear from Oregonians about the places they call home. This week, we hear from Joshua Baker, Outreach Program Manager at Lloyd Ecodistrict in Portland.
The Lloyd neighborhood is right in the middle of Portland across the river from downtown. It includes the Convention Center, the Lloyd Center, and the Moda Center, along with a lot of office towers and also a lot of parking lots. Following the heat dome in 2021, where over 70 people in Portland died due to extreme heat and its side effects, we're seeing continually to have really hot summers or certain days that are very hot, maybe above 100 degrees. And we're just not used to that. Our buildings aren't used to extreme heat. A lot of them don't have air conditioning, and that can be particularly true in more urban neighborhoods in Lloyd and around Lloyd. We have some older apartment blocks, and if you are on the 5th floor of a brick building and don't have AC, your unit gets pretty hot. Not to mention Lloyd and other parts of Central City, Portland, we're also a bit of a concrete jungle of sorts. The heat and the sun can radiate off these parking structures, off the concrete, and create an urban heat island effect. So the temperature around here can be a little warmer. We need more trees. We need less concrete spaces. And those, we will hope over time with the Lloyd Center changing and more trees being planted in other parts of the neighborhood, that we will be cooler. But right now we need spaces for people to cool down or programs to help people have air conditions in their units. 10 years ago, there were very few days in Portland over 100 degrees. Now, it's pretty unlikely that we're going to have a summer without a day over 100 degrees. So the demand is more from our changing climate. We've activated our cooling spaces when Multnomah County has gone into emergency activation mode. When Multnomah County is opening up their own extreme cooling centers, we've decided to open up a different type of cooling center here in the mall. So we've operated over 7 extremely hot days in 2023 and 2024. And over that time, we have collectively served 747 community members during one of those 7-day activations. Here at the Lloyd Ecodistrict, we think about resilience in terms of community connections. The more neighbors you know, the more organizations you're familiar with, the more people in your floor on your apartment building that you can ask for support or just chat with, the stronger you're going to be able to respond to shocks to the system. And in this case, we're talking about extreme heat, but it's pandemics. It's winter storms when the sidewalks are too icy to go to the Safeway to pick up your prescription. The world is a hard place to live in, or can be, but we are often just trying to build these neighbor-to-neighbor, business-to-business, or organization-to-organization connections overall. And we know that even if you have one extra person to turn to during a power outage in your house or in your business, that it may be slightly easier to get through that overall. These small things do add up. So these community connections, we think are building, or we know are building resilience in our neighborhood, and we just need to do a lot more of it.
That was Joshua Baker with the Lloyd Ecodistrict in Portland. This Place is produced by Oregon Humanities in partnership with the Plan for a Resilient Oregon. This episode was edited by John Richardson and recorded by me, Rafael Otto. To hear more stories from This Place, visit OregonHumanities.org or find the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts. Thanks for listening.